Welcome back to Philosophy, the Art of Life, as we conclude our series, The Philosophic Ways to Land Your Dream Job. Let's begin with a question. Have you ever felt fear holding you back from something you truly wanted? A new job, a career shift, or just speaking up? What stopped you? Or if you took the leap, what did you learn? Share your story in the comments. It might be just the right one that someone else needs to hear. And today, we're looking at fear not as an obstacle, but as a guide. Step by step, we'll explore how to walk with fear, to learn from it, and to use it to find a path to a meaningful life. And let us begin. Step 1. Recognize fear as a sign of meaningful growth. Kierkegaard. The first step is simple, yet profound. Learn to see fear as a friend, not an enemy. Søren Kierkegaard, a philosopher who deeply understood the human experience, believed that fear often appears when we're standing at the edge of something truly important. He called this the leap of faith, moments when we feel fear's weight because we're on the brink of growth, on the threshold of something more than we were. When fear arises, it often a sign that something meaningful is within reach. Think of it as a quiet invitation, a nudge from life itself. Fear doesn't want to stop you. It wants to show you that something precious lies ahead. It's there to remind you this matters. So the next time fear appears, try not to push it away. Instead, pause, breathe, and ask yourself, what does this fear mean for me? Kierkegaard's wisdom tells us that fear is not something to run from, but to lean into. Each tremor, each moment of doubt is a signal that you're stepping toward a new chapter. Rather than silencing fear, let us whisper to you possibilities. Recognize it as a gentle guide that says you are about to grow and grow strong. Step 2. Embrace your freedom to choose. Simone de Beauvoir. After recognizing fear as a sign of growth, we come to our freedom to choose. Simone de Beauvoir, a thinker who explored what it means to live authentically, believed that we are constantly shaping our lives through the choices we make. But with this freedom comes a weight, an awareness that we alone are responsible for our journey. Embracing this freedom can be daunting. Sometimes it feels like standing in front of an endless canvas, brush in hand, unsure of where to begin. But here's the power in the de Beauvoir's philosophy. She reminds us that each choice, no matter how small, is an act of self-creation. Fear may try to convince us that the risk is too great, but each choice is a step toward becoming who we want to be. Ask yourself, what choice am I avoiding? Whether it's a new job, a fresh path, or a conversation you have postponed it, let this joy be a brushstroke on your own canvas. De Beauvoir teaches us that fear can accompany us as we create, but it doesn't need to hold the brush. Embrace this freedom, this responsibility, and let each choice reflect the person you are becoming. With every decision, you carve a path that's uniquely yours. Step 3. Take small steps and trust the process. Lao Tzu. Now, with a courage in your heart, it's time to begin. Lao Tzu, the sage of the Tao, reminds us that a journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Life's greatest changes don't always demand a grand leap. Often, they ask for simple and manageable steps. Sometimes, the leap feels too wild, and that's okay. The important thing is to start, even if it's just one small action. This could be reaching out to a mentor, drafting a resume, or researching a new field. Each small act is a seed of change, and with time, it grows into something meaningful. Lao Tzu's wisdom teaches us that courage doesn't have to be bold and loud. It can be soft and humble, like water slowly carving its path through stone. So, When fear makes the journey seem impossible, remember that all you need is that first quiet step. Trust the process and let each action lead naturally to the next. Patient and persistent, even in small doses, have a power that can transform your life. Step 4. Find balance and compassion in the process. The Buddha. As you move forward, remember to stay balanced. The Buddha taught the importance of the middle path, a way of living that avoids extremes, seeking harmony between ambition and acceptance. When it's come to our career, the middle path reminds us that growth doesn't need to feel like a struggle. Growth often invites fear. Ambition may push us too fast, and doubt may pull us back. The Buddha's wisdom encourages us to find a rhythm that feels natural, a pace that allows both progress and peace. Ask yourself, am I moving with balance? Walk gently, respect both your ambition and your well-being. When fear arises, let it remind you to stay grounded. Fear doesn't need to weigh you down. It can be a reminder to tread mindfully, with compassion for yourself. The Buddha teaches us that in finding this balance, we walk a path that honors both our dreams and our need for peace. Treat each step with gentleness, allowing growth to unfold without force. With patience, fear becomes a compassion rather than an obstacle, a quiet reminder to walk with grace. And so we come to the end of this episode and this journey through the philosophic ways to land your dream job. Together, we have explored how to see fear not as a barrier, but as a guide, how to embrace freedom, take small steps, find balance, and stay connected to a deeper purpose. Before we part, I would love to hear from you. Think back to a time when fear stood in your way, or perhaps opened a new path. How did it happen to you? How did it shape you? Share your story in the comments. Your experience could be the light that someone else needs to take their own step forward. Thank you for being here, for sharing this journey. If these teachings have stirred something within you, explore more videos on our channel with insights for living in wisdom, balance, and purpose. Until next time, go forward with courage in your heart and trust that you are on a path worth walking. This is The Art of Life, signing off.